Hello everyone, welcome to the Gibbs Spotlight. My name is Jacob Cullum, and I'm a Strategic Visual Communications intern here at the Gibbs College of Architecture. Today, I'll be speaking with senior interior design student Caroline Hofmann. Caroline is originally from Tulsa, Oklahoma, and knew OU was the place for her after a campus tour. So welcome, Caroline.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here. As you mentioned, I grew up in Tulsa. I was always a really creative kid. My mom grew up working with art and fashion, and so that got me interested in creative fields from a really young age. So I knew I wanted to pursue something like that allowed me to express myself creatively.
That's awesome. So why did you decide to study interior design?
So, like I said, my mom was in fashion, so when I grew up, I assumed that I would always go into fashion like her, and was really interested in that. But as I got older and I toured OU and knew I wanted to be here, I realized I would have to do something else because they don't have a fashion degree here. But once I saw how versatile an interior design degree could be, and how easily you can bounce around from interiors to other creative fields, I knew that was the more adaptable decision.
That's really cool. So who or what inspires your work in interior design?
So I have definitely found myself drawing a lot of inspiration from art throughout college. I loved my art history classes, and being exposed to modern and contemporary art has really brought me the most inspiration.
Yeah, I've taken some contemporary art classes as well, and it's always so inspiring to see what people have done. So what is your favorite part about interior design at Gibbs College?
I think my favorite part is the unique courses that we have to offer. Many of my favorite courses over the past 4 years have been the ones that other programs don't offer or require. So things like furniture design, lighting design, materials, those ones I know prepare us in ways that other programs don't, which has been a really fun and unique experience.
Very cool. So do you have plans for after graduation?
Yes, so I accepted a job offer with my internship that I had over the summer in Dallas, so I will be working there. It is a real estate developer called Streetlights Residential.
What are some things from the internship that you enjoyed that made you want to work there?
I really loved the work culture. I think that was one of the most important parts for me about the place that I chose to work after college. I think everybody really has the same goals and ideals in mind, that they all want to really respect a good work-life balance and the ability to express ourselves creatively. And so I think just everybody on the team there was incredible. So I really valued that.
Yeah, I'm also a senior, and so looking for places with good work culture has been really important for me as well.
And I feel like I got so lucky with that from, the internship.
So as you mentioned, you're a senior, so I assume you've been very busy with your Capstone project. Can you tell us a bit about that?
Yes, so it is a project we choose an actual structure somewhere. So I chose one of the buildings that my internship developed. And so once you do that, you try and get the plans from these people. So sometimes it can be a struggle. Sometimes it's a breeze. Thankfully for me, it wasn't very hard because I had a great connection with these people. So they were really willing to help me out. And then from there, you develop your first semester. You develop basically all of the writing portions of it. So you write out all of your design concepts and ideas, and you clarify what your 3 programmatic focuses are. So those are based on occupancy types. So I knew that I wanted to do a retail space, a restaurant, which is considered hospitality, and an apartment complex. So doing those 3, then the whole first semester you develop all your ideas and you look at the demographics of those areas that your building is located in and try and tweak and alter your designs to figure out sort of how you can best design and shape those spaces. And then this semester we've been working on the actual design, which is really exciting. So that's when everything starts to kind of congeal and come together, and you really get to put your ideas into action, which is so fun.
Yeah, that sounds amazing to see something you've worked on sort of become realized. So what have been some rewarding and challenging parts of your Capstone project so far?
I think the most rewarding has been kind of seeing, when I step back, seeing how much you develop over the course of a semester. So after the end of last semester, seeing just how much writing and work and research had gone into our project was a really rewarding part of it. And in the design side, I think that comes more frequently because you really feel that, satisfaction seeing how your design comes together throughout the semester. Definitely challenging, though. The research is really challenging. It's something you just really have to get into the details. And one thing our professor stressed to us is, when you think you've done enough, keep researching and keep going and keep diving in further. And I think, going into the research that far that we hadn't done prior to that was difficult, but again, like I said, super rewarding once you see how far you've come.
That sounds like a really valuable learning experience. Yeah. So, last question. What piece of advice would you give to a student thinking about studying interior design at OU?
So, I would say if you genuinely feel passionate or interested in this program, to really stick it out. I think freshman year can be such a hard time for so many people because you're dealing with so many different changes. I mean, you've moved away from home, you're meeting new friends, you're having new experiences, and I think sometimes the course load can feel a little overwhelming for freshmen. I know I felt that way at times, but I think I was still passionate about it throughout the whole process, so it remained fun for me. And I think finding friends in your major will really help, because at the end of my 4 years now, I have these really great bonds and friends in my own discipline that people in other colleges or majors, I think I've seen, sometimes don't have that unless you have that sort of group mentality that you all work together. So I think that's something that I would say is just really stick it out, because you can meet some of the greatest people and wonderful connections, and you really have such a great relationship with all of the professors by the end. So, yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah. Thank you so much for taking the time to sit down and talk with us. Is there anything else that you'd like to add before we close?
I don't think so. I don't have much else to add other than I think it's just been such a fun 4 years. And, the other day I was thinking, gosh, I know it might sound funny that I would want to go back and relive all of the all-nighters and things that I've pulled, but at the same time, I think it's been so fun to look over the projects you develop and the things that you work on, and the friends that you make. So.
All right. Thanks so much for listening to the Gibbs Spotlight, and join us again if you want to hear more stories from the Gibbs College of Architecture.